What's up? What's up? We're back with another What's Up Wednesdays. We're here to talk to you on this Wednesday. Another Wednesday.
How you doing? I'm Pastor Dumas, and this is Carmen
D.
We're so glad to hear you. So glad to be with y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Let me tell y'all something again. This thing has been phenomenal. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here today. We do not take this for granted. So, we invite all of you all. So call somebody, do a watch party, do whatever you got to do. Come on in. Join us on What's Up Wednesday at the Well. All right. Hey, Carmen, so what's been going on since last week?
Oh, since last week, Lord Jesus, I've been waking up late. Been cleaning up, taking care of dogs. What about you?
I've been the one waking you up, telling you to take care of dogs.
See what had happened was, I be sitting my alarm charger.
So y'all pray for us. We need prayer. We need prayer. Okay, y'all understand we need prayer. So I want to tell you all so much. First of all, we got to give a shout out to Ty Fagan. Amen. We had a great time last week. He gave us a wonderful wealth of information of how to stay active, and also gave some wonderful tidbits to all of our young athletes out there who are aspiring to go great higher and whatever challenges that they meet in life. And so we're talking about all those type things. And so we want to thank Ty, who did a wonderful job, and it won't even give a shout out to his mom and his family for doing a great job.
Thank you
of raising that young man. So thank you again for that. But this Wednesday, we've got some wonderful information too as well. Before we jump in that, we want to do an overall shout out to the class of 2020. That's right. To 2020, we have not forgotten about you all. So in the weeks to come, we're going to do a senior shout out every week. We're going to do that. If you want to post some pictures, if you want to give some information, that's right. If you want to get that information, we want to lift you up, highlight you. So all my Stonewell seniors, moms, get their information in. Look, we can't do it. We can't post it if we don't have it. And I don't want nobody walking around and that lip stuck out the tongue just saying, they ain't have my baby on What's Up Wednesday. No, we can't do it unless you post it. So give us some wonderful information so we can give a shout out to all of our seniors in 2020. They don't just have to be high school, but also our college graduates as well. And guess what? And then the weeks after that, for those ones who went from kindergarten on up to elementary school, we ain't forgot about you all either. We're going to post all of y'all. So guess what? Post them up, and we're going to give them a spot out and a shout out. Did I say spot out and shout out?
What's that?
That's what's up. So today, we're coming to you all today because we got some more information for you all, and we have some great information to give you all. And I want you all to know that we went out and found two of the best people that I know of, two of my favorite people. They are doctors. That's right, doctors. They are, and they are so wonderful, and they have been given to this community. So they're no stranger to this community. So who better than to ask is Dr. and
Dr.
Gentiles.
Okay.
All right, that's right. So we're going to bring them on in a moment to give us some information.
See,
so.
That's a doctor. And then he got him a wife that's a doctor.
Yeah.
They both doctors.
They both doctors. They doing their thing. Hey, if they did it, guess what?
We can do it too.
We can do it too.
Hello.
So that's what we want to tell you all today, that your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, no matter how big they are to somebody else, you can reach those dreams. And guess what? They're going to be living testimonies that it can be done. And so we're so excited about them coming on. And so today we're going to talk to them about how to get that
money.
Did y'all see how her attention just came back when I said that? I mean, the moment I said something about
money,
she popped up. So guess what? We understand that this college thing that you all are going on, this next level that you're going on, you need some help to find out how can you get some more
money. And
so you got to have it to get in the class. You got to have
money.
And so we're going to make sure you know how to get it. And so okay, but we're going to teach you how to get it. So, amen. So without further ado, again, if you have any questions, we're going to try to ask some questions. But if you have any questions, you can hit them up on our Facebook. And we got Sister Brittany back there in the background and Sister Caitlin back in the background, taking care of everything in the background. So if you have any questions, they will pose them to us, or you can hit Carmen up on hers as well. So you can do that, and we'll ask those questions. We hope that we cover everything for you. If not, we'll give some information that you can reach them. But I want to also let you all know that Dr. Gentles, they are doctors of pharmacy. Yes, sir. They are doctors of pharmacy. And so we thank them.
We have to put on our proper work. So.
It's just doctors of pharmacy. Yes, they are. And they also represent us. They are commissioned officers in the United States Public Health and public health service. So they are working also for our country. So not only do we thank them what they do for our community, but they serve our country as well. And so our hats off. I would take my hat off, but I hadn't been to the barbershop yet. So I won't take my hat off, but I will. Woo! It'll be a whole nother show. All right. But we take our hats off to them. Guess what? And they're going to talk to us about so many array of things. But it is very important that you all get the information that you need. Hey, look, parents, write this information down. Get this information down. Children, no matter how young you are, how far off you are from college, listen, these things still will be in place. There are some things, some dollars out there that we miss every year. This is so important. There are so many dollars that are just taken away because we don't take the time to apply for it. Guess what? That word apply means application, applicable, which means you have to put in some information. And guess what? If you meet those requirements, you can do that. So without further ado, I want to present to you all, introduce our next guest on What's Up Wednesday at the Well. Sister Jen, do you hear us? Also, our next guest that's coming up is Dr.
Gentiles.
Come on and give a one round of applause.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how you all doing?
I'm good.
We're great. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. We're super excited.
Right.
We are so first
we
of all,
wanted
tell
to
everybody.
thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
So tell everybody, where are you all? Where are you located right now?
We're coming to you live from
But we
Washington.
can't really tell them that because they might try to find us.
Okay.
We ain't trying to be.
Anyway, Washington D.C. Chocolate City.
Yep. All the way.
Right. So we welcome you all from Chocolate City, D.C. We welcome you all. So listen. So first of all, we know you all. We both know that you all are, and Carmen made us get proper. We do know that you all are doctors of pharmacy.
Okay. Full disclosure, though. I mean,
Can you all give us just a tidbit of information, just a background information of how you got there?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, ladies first. Yeah, go ahead.
So of course I'm a graduate of Can you hear me? Upsilly High School, so go Knights. And then from there I went to Mercer University and then on to Howard. But I think a big part, which is why I went to pharmacy school at Howard, but a big part of saying that is that, there definitely were some difficult times during that. It wasn't an easy road, which a lot of people may think it looked like. Going from being an all A student in high school to making my first B and C in the first semester at Mercer, thinking I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown, to Howard kicking my butt and having to apply like twice to actually get into pharmacy school. But, through prayer, supplication, apply myself, I made it over. Not that I'm there yet. I still feel I have goals and things to accomplish. But, that's a little bit of my story. But I couldn't have done it, without prayer and making sure God was there with me the whole time. And also my family, definitely.
Absolutely. I'm probably going to go ahead and second what Carlisha just said. I'm originally from Jamaica, and I happen to go to a undergrad in Miami, Florida. A lot of folks are like, Miami, Florida, why did you even want to leave? I mean, beautiful Miami Beach. And so maybe that was the reason why it took me 5 years to finish my bachelor's degree instead of 4. I'm just saying, full disclosure. So again, it was one of those experiences where at the 5th year, I was like, I really want to focus. Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to help save lives? Do I want to be a bigger part of a discussion about Black male in today's society? And so I wanted to look for opportunity to give back. And I think one thing we didn't talk about is mentors.
That's true.
I had a mentor that really helped. I had parental support, but a mentor said, Andrew, let me go ahead and show you, some passage you could pursue. I never had that before, and it was honestly breathtaking, just the amount of exposure that I had after that. And she helped to open the doors and allowed me to pursue pharmacy school. So to this day, I think mentorship is probably the most important thing in my life that I've accredited to my success.
So let me talk about that for a moment, because we will get to the scholarships, but you brought up a very, very valid point that you and I have had this discussion before. Let's talk about a lot of people feel like, hey, I'm not qualified to be a mentor, and I tell people all the time, it's your time. It is your attention that you put in a young person's life that you're investing that time to kind of steer them. You want to talk a little bit more about being a mentor?
Absolutely. Sounds like Carlisha. Okay, so absolutely. So I would probably first want to say that a mentor can come from any path of someone's life. Okay, it could be the person who's cutting your hair. It could be the person who is, doing your nails. It could be the person that you meet at the gas station, or the person that you work with or say hello in the hallways. So a mentor doesn't necessarily have to have a shirt that says "I am a mentor." What you want to find is someone who has advice, perspective, and has a real interest in your success, whatever that success is. And they're willing to share that at zero cost. So they're saying, listen, I've got a path, or I've experienced certain things in my life. Let me share this with you. And hopefully you can make your own decision what you want to do, but this is free and this is what I love to do. And because of that, you and I have talked about it, but we don't have enough mentors in our community, people that are willing to sit down and talk to each other and say, hey, little nephew, let me go ahead and talk to you for a sec. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, but we don't have enough mentors. And if we have more mentors, I think there'll be more, successful people that you're seeing, because they've had touch points with people that can share experiences.
And I think the one thing I add, we're keeping it short, is that, it doesn't matter the age or, your background or where you come from. It's more so like that person really taking a vested interest in you and in like seeing you do well. And also with the perspective of age, people who I've learned a lot from haven't always been older than me. They could have been younger or like my same age. They could have been my peers as well. So it's just those people who are willing to step up. And I think more of us just have to be willing to do that. And then for those looking for mentors, just be willing to ask and reach out. Don't be afraid to do so. Because a lot of people are willing to help. They just may not know what you need or what you're looking for. But just take that venture, be out there and put yourself out there.
Yeah. And
this is my mentor. Did I tell you that?
In school, I know that mentors were brought to my attention, and they are a big help, especially like with college kids. And being able to just talk to somebody on your level and they know what you're going through. So yeah, I get that. It hits home.
Yeah.
And that's true. We know we cannot physically touch everybody, but that's what this platform that we're using right now to bring people in who have ideas, who are successful, to give us that moment, that time to just direct our path, even on a platform like this. And so hopefully that we are mentoring someone even right now, just from this discussion. We never know who we may impact. And so that's why we're doing what we do. We're in it just to make sure that young folks know that the church has not forgotten them. People who are successful, like such as yourselves, have not forgotten them, that we really care about the future of our generation. And so this is what we're doing on this platform. And that's why it's so important for us to tell them how to get that money. So what we want to do, we want to talk about that for a moment and to give you all to help us, because I do know that scholarships played a major role in you all's life,
Oh yeah.
And so, but you had to find it, and you had to, find that avenue or that niche to get those things done. So first thing I want to ask is, if I'm a kid looking for a scholarship, when should I really seriously start looking for scholarships?
So I think when it comes down to looking for scholarships, it all depends on exactly what you want to do and where you're looking to start. So you could have a 9th or 10th grader who maybe wanted to do a major summer program, out of state or somewhere. So you can actually start pretty early to cover that summer program. But if you're looking for scholarships more so around for graduation to go towards your post-high school opportunities, I definitely say beginning like your junior year to at least start getting that research and things out there. But even with that, you're preparing your entire time you're in high school, because many of those applications are not just asking about your grades, they're asking about your extracurricular activities. They're asking for, recommendation letters from people who you want to have relationships with. So a lot of those things take time to build up. Not to say you can't start your senior year or even looking for those opportunities once you graduated or in college. There's still opportunities there, but ideally it's best to try to prepare in advance if you can.
Yeah, and I was probably going to say just the one thing I was going to add, just to think outside the box, is preparation, as Carlisha just mentioned, is completely the number one key to success. However, one of the barriers that we know for scholarships is the writing portion. Mm-hmm. You know, I think a lot of times we're turned off from having to write a story about our background, where we came from. Look, the person on the other end is like, hey, you know, Andrew, tell me a story about you. All I'm seeing right now is a piece of paper about why you want to get this money. But so we have to be able to be comfortable with telling us, talking about ourselves in a positive way, telling a story. And the writing portion is the biggest thing that turns people off from free money. And I'd say probably for those that are interested in getting scholarships, go ahead and start before your time's even ready. Like, just practice writing and have people look at your writing skills, because that's going to be the key. It's the number one thing that's going to take you through adulthood as well, being able to write proficiently
and sell yourself.
Yeah. So
one of the things, like, I'm glad you say that. So basically what we're saying is this writing really, it really learning how to promote yourself is basically what you're saying. Start looking within yourself and finding out some of your qualities, some of the things that you like, helping people, those type things, that helps. And sometimes people think, oh my God, I just don't want to write, but you're writing about yourself. We can have conversations, we can do so many things and tell somebody, but I tell people all the time, be prepared to answer a question, in an easy question. When somebody asks you, where do you want to go? Know where you want to go and why you want to get there. Even tell them how you imagining getting there. Matter of fact, even count up the cost of what it would take to get there. That's why I tell people all the time. You got people say, I want to travel from here to DC. Well, somebody may ask you, how much does a flight cost? If you have not done the research, you probably just missed a blessing that somebody won't say, well, let me give you that flight since you're so passionate for it. So that's the same way a scholarship works, that if you're so passionate about it, you have people saying, I want to help you on your journey. I want to help you on your flight, and so that's what I see a scholarship being.
Well, yeah. I say, speaking, for like somebody younger and that does not like writing, because I can talk about myself all day. I'm telling you, can give me a conversation. I can talk about it all day, but you tell me put that on paper, it's like, I like to, so these tips that you guys are giving me, it's like, okay, well, maybe, I need to try to work on the writing and try to get it together so I can just not verbally say it.
So what do you think would help you to put your story on paper? What would help you think?
A mentor.
That's true. No, that is definitely a great point. And I think one thing I have for you, Carmen, is that closed mouths don't get fed. So if you can express yourself and put it out there, you may be able to say it, but translate it in a different way. So you may miss those opportunities. Yeah. And not just you per se, but just in general.
Yeah, so put it in context too, just thinking about this. So if you had to write a 1-page essay about yourself, that's if it's double spaced, that's equivalent to 300 words or less. Okay, 300 words or less. That's about myself. What's my name? Where I'm from? What I want to do? Why I think this is good. It's 4 things, and the scholarship is $5,000. So 300 words for $5,000, and so many times you get turned off. But it's 1 page.
And I would say for that, like scholarships, the requirement is that you think about it, this is free money that you're able to get. This is money you do not have to pay anybody back. And this is coming from someone who has some serious loans from Howard University. Payments roll in pretty quickly, and that's something you don't have to deal with. Definitely take those chances to look into scholarship opportunities.
Yep.
So those loans
so let me just, and then I'm going to ask you all another question. We're going to get on to another subject.
About this money.
And this is about that money. What you just did, Andrew, and what we just talked about is literally investing. We just talked about investing. And you said if you invest your time in 300 words, you possibly could get $5,000. You have to think about it. When you have a summer job, how many yards you would have to cut, or how many hours you would have to work cleaning a store or putting up stocks and putting groceries back on the shelf. It would literally take you the entire summer plus to get that $5,000 to put towards school. And you're saying if a person applies themselves for maybe an hour or two to put this on paper, let somebody edit it to read it, they can potentially get a check for $5,000 and not have to worry about paying that back. I mean, right. She muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were amen in the corner.
Yeah, we were just saying, man. So I think, again, the other thing is that if you have a challenge in being scared about writing a scholarship, then there's somebody else who also has that challenge of writing a scholarship. You just want to be the one that doesn't have the challenge. So you can be like, I got my name in. So you're 1 out of 10 instead of 1 out of, 100, where everyone's like, oh, I'm submitting my name. So you want to build on those weaknesses, and be strong about it. But look, I write stuff and I'm like, hey, Carlisha, look at this. Read it. I ask her for input all the time. But we want to surround ourselves too with the people that can say, yeah, send it to me. Because, texting, that takes away from having to write. It's super easy though, like LOL.
So, but let me say this, and then we'll get to some other things. But one of the things that I think that I think I face that I can say, okay, hey, we're going to open Stonewell up at every Saturday from 9 to 12, and we're going to have a writing class, and we're going to talk about how to fill out scholarships. You can do this, and all actualities, the room is empty. It's completely empty because we don't have that thrust. That mentor pushes you. And what we have to do as parents, what we have to do as mentors, aunts, uncles, whoever it be, to know that if I have a way to get a child to get some free money to better themselves, to educate themselves, we as adults, and I'm coming off of the WESSUP platform to talk to our adults, let us be that driving force that if we have these opportunities to get them in there. And this is kind of segue to even you all. When you do the DDI, the health screening thing, and you have doctors and you have eye doctors, dentists, and you have blood pressure checks and screenings and all these things and all these particular vendors, it's free of charge. And you open the doors up for everybody to come, whatever small county they come, but you don't have the attendance because we don't have that driving force. We have that driving force. So Carmen, what could be one of those driving forces to bring the young people in, or the youth or young adults into those particular areas? What do you think?
Well, for me, I mean, yeah, they're forcing, that getting up. Okay, if you don't be here, then look, the car is mine for the weekend. Then you're not going to talk on this phone for the weekend. Like, I mean, but once they force you to do it, and then we get to see, because I know I was one of those kids once upon a time, and I got there and I was like, well, really, it's a lot of information at that. It's a lot of things we didn't know about, about our blood sugar, about screening, about our health that we didn't know about. And when I got there, I just kept on going back year after year, because it's like I get to learn something new every year. So I'm thinking the force and the push, because some of us kids gonna be like, okay, this is a Saturday, I have school, Monday through Friday, baby. I'm not gonna go through no writing class. But those ones that take the extra mile, get that extra money. You know what I'm saying?
About that money.
No, I mean, I definitely think that's very true. And I can even share a personal example for myself is I missed out on a full ride to Auburn just by simply not applying myself and not even realizing it. So for whatever reason, I stuck with taking the SATs my whole high school career, and I didn't take the ACT. When I finally took it, it was maybe spring of that semester, and they had given out all their scholarship money. And so when I went to visit, they were like, oh my gosh, looking at your scores, you could have a full ride, but we can't go back and take it from someone else just because you didn't apply yourself. So that's another thing about applying yourself, and definitely making sure you apply early.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. So we wanted to use this platform for that. You all have given us a wealth of information in 1.5 minutes. Could you do this for me? 1.5 minutes. Could you, in a 1.5 minutes, give me some information on DDI? Give me some information on DDI.
And go.
All right. So first thing is DDI does have our own scholarship that is available right now. The deadline is May 9th. And due to the whole COVID thing we're experiencing right now, we have waived the GPA requirement and so forth. So we would hate to see a Thomasonian or Upson County graduate not receive it, but we haven't had anyone to apply for it yet. So that's at least $1,000 that's just sitting there waiting on the table for those that are interested. But as for DDI, standing for Dissipating Disparities Incorporated, we do focus on inequalities and disparities, those differences that you see amongst health and wellness, financial literacy, and education. So that's kind of a big role that we play, and definitely looking at our circumstances with COVID, we're definitely trying to make sure we do what we can to make sure we're that intercessory or that middle part there, because we see that there's a gap between how we're treated and not. So, that's kind of what DDI stands for. So check out our scholarship. Check out Scholly app. That's another one. There's just a lot of good things out there that you can definitely take part of. And we'll make sure we share those resources with you as well.
Yeah.
I think we're still on. I'm not sure. It might be frozen.
They'll probably come back.
That's a private one. Can I refresh it?
No.
I was talking too fast. I mean, if I would, tell me. Let me see. Hey, so I guess we get to keep going on the show. So
right.
There's another point that Andrew wanted to continue adding as well.
Yeah. So, obviously, for a lot of folks that are listening, DDI for us is kind of like a discussion that we had in pharmacy school about giving back. And I think above it all, like DDI's story, truth be told, is a story of what we can do regardless of what career you have or what profession you're in. It's a reflection of your action that you're deciding to take. It's a matter of, hey, enough is enough. I want to go ahead and give back. Or, you know what? I knew what it was like growing up, and I knew the kind of like background I came from. I want to look out for the little girl, the little boy who's growing up and probably needs maybe a different level of exposure, or elderly in our community, maybe be more educated about their own health. If you have better education about your own health, then you take matters into your own hand and you're more proactive about your own health as well.
I totally agree with that. I think those are, go ahead, sorry. Really great points. But I just wanted to add that it's definitely important for us to do that. I think part of it for me was, this is my purpose. I think this is part of my God-given purpose to do this, and that, we should try to fulfill that and do what we can to help others, because for whom much is given, much is required. And not that we have a whole lot and not that we know everything, but we can definitely make sure we pull our resources so we can start to break those cycles, because we hear many adults say, oh, I wish I knew then what I know now. But then you get tired of hearing that. So it's kind of like, let's take that and put it into action and do something to try and help, with our youth, with our adults, with our seniors, and everyone else. So back to getting this money. As Carmen would say, I would definitely say check out those different apps. Like I said, the Scholly app, which you can download on your phone for free, is actually one of the founders is African American. He was on Shark Tank, and it gives you just a plethora of different places you can apply for just in one single application process. And the same with Scholarship Owl. It's just one application, and it matches up your criteria to go out to lots of different places. So they'll have scholarships for students going off like high school to college years, and then also for students that are actually in college as well.
Hey, thank y'all so much. Hey, thank y'all for keep going while we had a couple of technical difficulties. That's what you do. That's what we do. Teamwork makes dreams work.
We got you.
Listen, thank y'all so much for giving us this information. I hope that this information has blessed someone. Parents, kids, if you're out there, if you're in the 9th grade, you heard that you can even apply for scholarships for summer camp or camps during the summer. All these things are out there, and all these people want to know is who you are.
And how you get this money.
And what we're trying to tell you, and the only thing they want you to do is put yourself on paper. Trust me, start working on it now. Parents, start working on it now. and there, you know, and add to it over the years. But what I'm trying to tell you, this is the great platform to start now, wherever you are. And so we want to thank Dr. and Dr. Gentiles for being a part of our What's Up Wednesday. We support y'all. Thank y'all for all you do. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And look, let me tell you something. I want to tell people this. Guess what? This is you in your future. You got to go to school, do the work, get it in, and promise you, you can live that type of life. You can live your blessed life and your best life. I promise you that. So, hey, Drew.
That's very true. You can apply yourself.
Yeah. So, we want to thank you all for joining us. So we're gonna all right. So we want to thank them for joining us. We're going to thank them for joining us. We want to thank them for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Also, thank y'all for even hanging around with our technical difficulties and everything. But we're going to end this thing as well with Carmen praying us up out of here. She's going to give us a prayer to get us out of here. And after that, hey, then we'll see y'all next week. But don't forget, guess what? We will be at Stonewell at 9 a.m. for our Worship on Wheels. We had a wonderful time, great time. Come and join us for that. Don't forget also to join us for our Bible study on Monday nights, as well as we want to see you again next week for What's Up Wednesday, same time, same place, same channel, but different guests. I can't wait for you all to see what's going on next week. We're excited about it. So Carmen, take us out with a prayer.
Okay. God, thank you for letting us have this great What's Up Wednesdays, even though we had a technical difficulty. Let Satan know the information that we're trying to give to you. Lord God, I ask you just to bless everybody that was watching. Thank you for supporting us, and we support you guys in everything you do. Bless Dr. and Dr. Gentles in their house, Lord God, and I ask you to be with us for the rest of this week. In your name we do pray. Amen. So thank you. This is another What's Up Wednesday. Join us next week for another What's Up Wednesday, and we will see you soon, because this is a Stonewell thing.
Pastor Dumas and
Carmen D.
signing out. God bless.